We're going. Yep.
Oh.
All right. Welcome back to Unhelpful Advice, Quarantine Teddy Edition.
Good. Shoes on the other foot this time.
It is.
I think I was quarantined for 24 days.
Yeah.
I think you need to experience some of that.
I'm already, sick of it.
Cabin fever?
I'm just coloring all day.
God damn. Jesus Christ.
I'm coloring with the little one.
Yes, you are.
But yeah, I don't guess I'll go into full detail, but I just came in contact with somebody during Thanksgiving and I tested negative, but I don't know how long I'm supposed to be in quarantine for because there's so many.
No, you're good.
rules.
I think you're good.
Yeah. So anyway, what's life? How's life going on with you?
I'm upset.
Why are you upset?
The Virginia Tech football team upsets me every single weekend.
What happened this weekend or last
Well,
week?
it was last night, and they played Clemson and played pretty good.
Yeah.
Played pretty good, and couldn't stay out of their own way, and ended up getting blown out.
Mm-hmm.
But like the score doesn't reflect how they played. But they could have done much better. I think we need a new football coach.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't pay attention to Virginia Tech football, Teddy,
Not really.
there is a very significant portion of the fan base
Yeah.
that is very hateful to the football coach right now. Very hateful.
Mm-hmm.
Like Big Cole over
Right.
there. And then there's a small portion who doesn't hate him. Like I don't hate the guy as a person or anything. These guys suspend that. I mean, they hate this motherfucker.
Yeah.
They hate him and want him out. I don't hate him, but I still want him out.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I don't even know. It's a very toxic environment right now to be a Virginia Tech football fan.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't agree with what they're saying about the coach, then you want the coach to stay or something like that. So
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I saw maybe you put it in the chat. Frank Beamer's son is going to be the head coach of what? North Carolina?
South Carolina. And
Carolina.
everyone wanted him to become the next Virginia Tech coach.
Mm.
All right, when Frank Beamer retired back in 2015, Virginia Tech's fan base was like, get away from Beamer. Do not hire the son as head coach. Do not. We've had Beamer for 27 years.
Yeah.
We don't need Beamer again with his son. And his son was obviously not ready to become head coach back in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And now this program is so mad at this current head coach. They're willing to go against what they said back in 2015. And they're like, okay, go ahead and get Shane Beamer. Like, all right, you didn't want him in 2015.
Yeah.
You didn't want the son bitch. And now when it gets bad, you want him, and now he's gone.
How long? Has who's the head? What's the head coach's name now?
His name is Justin Fuente. He's been there for 5 years.
But hasn't he been on the team for a while, but not as head coach?
No.
Oh.
He's been here for 5 years, and he had his best year in 2016. That was his first year, but he had his best year with Frank Beamer's players, the players he recruited.
Right.
And the players he's recruited and developed over the years
are ass.
I don't even think they're ass, dude. I think they're decent players. I don't think they can coach them.
Right. Right.
Because college football players, you got to think they're kids.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Tech's players right now are playing at the same level that they were playing in their freshman year when they got to Virginia Tech, and they're 3 and 4 year players.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they haven't improved. When you get 18 and 19-year-old kids in there, you're supposed to build them up, and you would see the progression.
Right.
You're seeing very little progression out of these football players, and I think that's a reflection on the staff more than it is the football players, because you can't go wrong on a couple hundred football players not performing well. I mean, it can't just be the players.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every player can't not improve. It's the coaches not helping them improve.
Yeah. The training.
So, yes, there's something going on developing football players, and there was a quote that Justin Fuente, the Tech coach, said back in 2017. He said when they lost to Clemson in
Yeah.
2017, he said, I think we're closer to them now than we've ever been, because Clemson was kind of like Virginia Tech
Mhm.
in the early 2000s, the same level of a football team.
Are they like a
And then
rival team?
no, they should be, but they're not.
Mm.
They were kind of on the same level, like around 2007,
Yeah.
and then Clemson blows up, kind of. They kind of
Mhm.
blow up, and we kind of stay the same, and now we're kind of dipping down. So he said we lost pretty bad in 2017. We lost 31-17, and he said, and the year before we played Clemson, we almost beat them.
Yeah.
And he said we're closer now than we've ever been. And then you go last night, we're not even close.
What was the score?
It was 45-10. It was 17-10 at halftime.
Yeah.
The game was even. We had a Hail Mary at the end of the half, and the guy caught it at the 1 yard line and got tackled out of bounds. It could have tied the game. The second half was just a pure massacre.
Yeah.
It was unforced error, like just dumb errors
Mm-hmm.
that caused it. I mean, Clemson's going to Clemson. They're really good.
Yeah.
You can't beat Clemson and then beat yourself at the same. It's like a 2-on-1 handicap match. It's like facing the Dudley boys in a 2-on-1 handicap match. You're just not gonna fucking win.
Why is it? It seems like it's always a big deal whenever Tech and Clemson get ready to play.
Because they're similar. Because Clemson's right now a huge brand,
Yeah.
huge football team, and they were on the same level
Mm-hmm.
a decade ago.
Yeah.
And Clemson's growth has been very impressive, and we have been stagnant and are now declining. We are having our worst season since 1992.
Jesus. When Frank Beamer become head
That
coach?
was he was the coach then.
Yeah.
That was the worst year. This is the worst year since then.
God, he
And people
coached for
forget
years.
Frank Beamer had some bad years
Yeah.
at Virginia Tech when we weren't alive.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. Like, we're judging this football coach off his first 5 years.
Right. Right.
Frank Beamer's first 5 years was, you could say it was worse than
Mm-hmm.
this 5.
Didn't we
And
talk about when Tech skyrocketed when Michael Vick came?
my dad said something like that last night. He said Beamer's lucky he got Michael Vick,
Mm.
and I was like,
Well, even after
Beamer
Michael Vick.
Beamer had some decent years before Michael Vick.
Yeah.
Michael Vick was just a player that came from our backyard in Virginia Beach. That's where Virginia Tech recruited a lot of good players, because there's a lot of great athletes that come from Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
You remember Allen Iverson?
Yeah.
He came from Virginia Beach. There's just
Okay.
all kinds of athletes. Tyrod Taylor, the former Tech quarterback, came from Virginia Beach.
Oh wow.
So Michael Vick came from. It's not like he got lucky. with Michael
Right.
Vick. Michael Vick came to Virginia Tech because it's his in-state school,
Mhm.
so he didn't get lucky getting Michael Vick because he had built a decent team before that.
Yeah.
Um, but you could say that helped. Of course, it helps. It'd help any team to have Michael Vick, but
Yeah.
but the reason Clemson's such a big game, and we want to get on Clemson's level, but we can't get there. It's just not in sight right now.
Right.
So that's why it's a big game. Um, People have been wanting to play them. They want to play. I want to play Clemson every year, just to kind of see where we're at.
They don't always
Even if you
play.
lose, you get. Even if you lose, you see where you're at. And we saw
Yeah.
where we were at last night. We we were competing like hell against the number 3 team in the country at half, and then you come out second half, just couldn't do anything. Just couldn't
Got
get out of
bent
our own
over.
way. Couldn't get out of our own way. Got bent over. It happens.
How many more games do they have?
Virginia Tech plays Virginia on Saturday.
Is that their last game?
That's their last game.
Dang.
And if you remember, we lost to Virginia last year for the first time in 16 years under this coach.
Yeah.
That's one thing about this coach. He's lost some really bad games.
Yeah.
He's lost to Virginia for the first time since 2003. They did that last year.
Mm.
Virginia Tech always beats Virginia. They didn't do that last year. We lost to Old Dominion 2 years ago.
Maybe that's why they hate him so much.
We're
lost supposed to win these games.
Yes, we lost to Old Dominion, an in-state team. It was their biggest win ever. Old Dominions. They've only been a football team for like 15 years.
Isn't that like a amusement park?
And we lost to Liberty this year.
Oh yeah, that was a big
Their
deal.
Their biggest win in their history. He has provided 3 teams with their biggest wins in recent.
Their
two
biggest
of the
losses.
teams, 2 of the teams that beat Tech, that's their biggest win ever.
Yeah.
And Virginia is not their biggest win ever, but it's their biggest win recent, like in the last 30 years, probably. So he is responsible for some really bad losses, and he doesn't win a lot of big games. So it's not like the wins cross out the losses. It's not like it's balanced. It's
just oddball wins.
He kind of wins games he's supposed to and loses games he's not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird. I mean, I like the guy. He just doesn't fit.
Right.
Just doesn't fit Virginia Tech. Doesn't fit this fan base. This fan base is very spoiled. It's a very spoiled, bratty fan base, and I say that as a Virginia Tech fan. I remember. I hate Virginia Tech football fans.
Yeah, mentioned.
I went to the battle at Bristol, which was the Tennessee game, where there was 165,000 people at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Yeah.
For that football game.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a long line to get into the game.
Mm-hmm.
And these old white women, like 68-year-old white women, there's 160,000 people at this game. There's a line to get into the stadium.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a line.
Yeah.
Of course there's going to be a fucking line.
Yeah.
They start a "Let Us In" chant. All right, this is.
Where's this at again?
This is at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Okay.
This is against Tennessee. These old white ladies, Virginia Tech alumni probably, have no business being at the football games. They're only at the football games because their husbands are there. You know how it works.
Yeah.
And they just start a "Let us in, let us in," and these Tennessee fans are like, "Do you fucking think we all want to stay out here?" Like, and I'm just like, they're trying to get us in there. Like, there's 165,000 people coming in at once.
Yeah.
And I was like apologizing to people. I was like, don't listen to these fucking women. Jesus Christ. It's like they can't help it that we can't get it in faster.
Yeah.
Do
you want us to just stand out here?
Do you want to stampede too into the stadium? You want to trample over people?
Yeah.
But yeah, we're very spoiled. Uh, our generation, like our age and maybe a little older, maybe like 10, 15 years older, um, experienced a lot of winning
Yeah,
under Frank Beamer, especially uh like after 1998.
because we kind of grew up during his prime years.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um we had some really good football teams that I think it's fair to say they underachieved. They could have done more with some of those football teams.
Mm-hmm.
Um but we did win a lot of games.
Yeah.
And we're spoiled because of it, because of what's happening now. We're losing. We win 6 games a couple years and everyone thinks it's a drastic failure,
Yeah.
which it's not good enough, obviously.
Mhm.
But some teams are going through these phases of suck that we're going through, and
Yeah.
they're not winning any ball games or like 2 or 3.
Mm.
Penn State, you know Penn State, right? The
Mm-hmm.
Nittany Lions, the one that Paterno coached at. They hadn't won a fucking ball game. They've won one ball game this year,
Mm-hmm.
and they were ranked in the top 10 to start the year. They've won one
Wow.
fucking game.
Hmm.
It's just, I mean, but our we take losing a little bit harder than some of these other programs, and I don't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just kind of spoiled. We're brats.
Yeah.
So people make more of it than it needs to be made.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm with these guys. They need a new football coach. It's not working. But
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, I don't hate the son of a bitch. Like, we got people like he's trying to throw games. Like, do you really think he's in the locker room trying to throw the game?
Why would he throw games? It's like,
He's getting paid to coach the games.
yeah, he's getting more money under the table.
Dumbasses. Just pure dumb. Yeah, but they ruin my weekends. Every weekend just about.
That sounds like it.
I saw Homeboy yesterday in the parking lot. Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was driving through Blacksburg, and I saw some guys wearing some orange in the
Mm-hmm.
parking lot of the hotel, and then I saw a tall-looking sunshine guy. You know, a sunshine look from Remember the Titans. You know,
Yeah.
with a mask on, and I was like, "Oh, I know who that. I know who that is."
Yeah.
So
So he
I was like,
played?
yeah, he played last. He's back.
Yeah.
He's back, and my buddy was like, "You should have done Tech a favor and run him over," which it wouldn't have mattered. If I would have ran him over, the backup quarterback would have beat us,
Yeah.
and I mean, it wouldn't have mattered, and I would have went to jail.
How big is Trevor Lawrence?
He's about 6'6", 6'5".
That's pretty tall for a freaking
Yeah,
quarterback.
he was very. He was you could tell it was him. I mean, he was towering over these guys with
The hair,
with that hair and the
the
mask. I was like,
nose.
yeah, I was like, that's Trevor.
Yeah.
That's Sunshine.
Such.
Yeah, that's Sunshine. I was like, there he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably should have ran him over.
Huh?
He was only about 70 yards from me.
Right. You'd be in the news
I would.
worldwide.
I wonder what that headline would be.
Crazed Virginia Tech fan
Crazed
trying
Virginia
to
Tech
sabotage
fan.
the game.
Yeah. Runs over Heisman Trophy or #1 pick in the NFL draft. That'd be fucking
God.
wild.
Well,
Yeah.
another thing that's in the news. This is very off topic. The metal monoliths. What's going on with those things?
Dude, like,
They just found a third one.
what?
Yeah, they
See,
found
I
like a
haven't heard
third
that.
one
I've seen the one in
California.
Utah that this got to be a prank. Then
It must be,
that's got to be a prank.
or it's as they say, 2020 just keep getting more unpredictable, and then they're like, finally, I think aliens will be the last thing. Is this a sign of the aliens? Is this the fifth element?
Why do we want aliens?
I'm
I don't think we're
okay.
ready.
I'm
I don't
okay
think
with
we're ready,
not.
dude. We couldn't even handle COVID.
No.
How the fuck are we gonna handle aliens? Aliens could talk without even moving their mouths to us. They would be able to communicate with their brains to us. Like
Yeah.
we can't handle all that.
We're too tired.
We're monkeys.
Yeah. That's
All right, so
because they're comparing these monoliths to the Stanley Kubrick's 2001 Space Odyssey. You know what that movie
Yep.
is? I've never seen
I've
it.
never seen it. I've
Yeah.
never seen it.
But there is a monolith in the film, which is strange.
So they found it in Utah.
Utah, I think
All
the
right.
last one's
Do you know a lot about Utah?
No. I think
It's a wild ass place.
Isn't Post Malone? Doesn't he live there now?
He lives there because it's a wild ass place.
Right.
I went to Utah. It's a fucking wild place.
Oh, really?
They got wild people. It's very conservative to be a Western state.
Yeah.
They got some crazies. Very Mormon. Very Mormon.
Mormon.
Don't drink. Don't Mormon like the Christians. Very Christian.
Yeah.
They don't drink soda. They don't drink coffee. And there's a lot of like alien, ghost kind of stuff. that
Conspiracy
happens in
stuff?
Utah. Yes.
Hmm.
Did you ever hear about the Skinwalker Ranch?
Yeah, I've been wanting to watch that documentary.
Where they thought something was coming in, just cleaning the cows, like eating everything on it except for the bones in like one night.
Yeah.
They think there's like monsters and shit.
Shit. Matthew,
Remember,
Creatures in the Woods.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna get to that. I was about to say we should take a walk in the Utah desert.
Yeah.
I've taken a walk in the Utah desert during the day, but let's try it at night.
Why'd you go to Utah?
I went to Utah when I went to Las Vegas.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it was it's a not too far of a drive, and it's a beautiful state, but they got some wild shit going on.
Right.
So if I ever like move anywhere, try going to Utah.
That wouldn't be my first choice.
It wouldn't.
No.
What would your first choice be? Charlotte?
Yeah, probably.
You know what I'm thinking? Raleigh.
Yeah. Raleigh and Charlotte.
Got a lot.
Great.
Yeah, they're really great cities.
Yep.
Anywhere out west that comes to mind? I don't think Los Angeles. Well, everybody's leaving.
Definitely not California, especially right now.
No California? No California?
No.
I tell you what, Nevada, that might be a play because it's cheap to live there. It's kind of like Florida. Nevada's the new Florida, where the older white people from like Michigan and shit,
Yeah.
when it gets cold in the winter, they move to fucking Nevada because
Yeah.
it's cheaper than Florida,
Right.
and you can gamble.
Free prostitutes, is that right?
Yeah, it's loud. No, they're not free.
No, not free, but legal.
It's legal, yeah. Actually, I've got a bunch of trading cards from pimps on the side of the road in Las Vegas.
Right.
I've got a bunch of them. We should call one of those cards one day during the show.
On the
yes. I've got
right
like
idea.
fucking 40 phone numbers of hookers. And I have no idea if they're real or not.
Let's do that next episode. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I've got like 40. And I have no idea why none of us on that Vegas trip had the balls to call a hooker. Like,
right. Especially if one of y'all were, kind of tipsy, drunk.
there's 5 of us.
Yeah. At least one of them you would think.
5 men did not attempt to call a hooker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TANNER, but
I have no idea how that didn't happen, but it didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Another thing, speaking of like moving, I saw this other article, New York Post about Rogan, and the left is lashing out at Rogan and his revolutionary podcast.
Oh, who gives a fuck?
So he had a uh, guest on, Abigail Schreier, and she talked about the dangers of trans identification. Anyways, we won't get into that, but
I haven't heard that, by the way.
yeah, well, I just saw it. Well, apparently Spotify employees are so mad about the
Oh my
episode.
god. How many times have they been mad?
Yeah,
How about every time?
right.
You know why they're mad?
Why?
Because they're not making Joe Rogan money.
No.
They're mad.
Yeah. Wouldn't you think they would know what he would be doing? He would. I mean, that's his show. He would bring on everybody, left, right,
Oh my
controversial
god,
people.
his mentions on Twitter are awful.
Yeah. I mean, what do you expect,
Alexander,
Spotify?
or what I just call her? What's her name? Ocasio Cortez,
Yeah.
AOC. What's her first name?
Hmm.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Why am I? Everyone calls her AOC, so I forgot her first name.
This article has a list of people.
Alexandra. Well, she said that Joe Rogan's podcast is a portal into right-wing conspiracy,
Jesus Christ.
and I was like, okay.
Okay, certain
He's
episodes.
also certain episodes. He's also had Andrew Yang. He's
Yeah.
also had Tulsi Gabbard. He's
Bernie
also
Sanders.
had Bernie Sanders. He has left-leaning people on there all the time. He has
Yep.
right-leaning people on there. What's wrong with talking to people
Yeah, exactly. That's
of
the
different
problem.
of different ideas?
Wait, we cannot communicate with different
We
people.
can't. All right, Alex Jones is he's crazy.
Nutcase.
Okay, just because he's a nutcase, does that mean Joe Rogan can't talk to him?
You have to exclude him from
He literally said,
existence.
you have to exclude him from existence. Okay, he's
Yeah.
done some really bad stuff. Okay. There's plenty of people. Bill Clinton hangs out with Epstein.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
There you go.
we still accept him.
Yeah.
I mean, all right. I'm not comparing Alex Jones to Bill Clinton. I'm just comparing like acts of people, like
different scenario. Yeah.
what we'll accept and what we won't accept.
Yeah.
But what disqualifies him from talking to Joe Rogan on an episode when Joe Rogan says they are friends off camera?
Mm-hmm.
They're friends off camera. Why can't they be friends on camera?
Yeah.
I mean, it's his friend.
I mean, the majority of common sense people, when they see Alex Jones on the show, they know they're going to talk about crazy shit, and it's
entertaining.
It's just for entertainment.
It's entertaining. You don't have to take it as biblical, like scripture.
Right. Like
what? It doesn't have.
Who's the girl? The black lady that was on Tim Dillon recently.
Candace Owens.
What's wrong with her?
She's black people. She's very oppressive. Like if you don't live like her, you're fucking beneath her. She's very oppressive.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'd hate to call her smart, but she
definitely wants you to call you. She definitely wants you to call her funny.
Oh yeah, when she was like, "Yeah, I think I'm funny," and all, I'm like, no one says they're funny. You have to take compliments like that from other people.
Yeah. And if you guys don't know,
it's kind of like nicknames.
Yeah.
You don't give yourself a nickname. People give you nicknames.
Yeah.
Like if you're a UFC fighter, you're like, I'm not the Destroyer. Like I'm the Destroyer. No, somebody in the gym had to give you that name. Like
right.
Like I'm Steve. I didn't just start calling myself Steve.
And if you don't know who Candace Owens is, she's like a political
pundit.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a pundit. She got her own show.
Is a YouTube show?
She's with Ben Shapiro, I think, now on a Daily Wire, which is
really?
kind of a web-based.
She would be with Ben Shapiro.
Print, and video media. So yeah,
there's
a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Ben Shapiro.
No.
And I'm not a big fan of hers either. So, I don't like conservative pundits for some reason.
Yeah.
And that does not make me a fucking liberal. Jesus Christ. I'm just saying they're kind of oppressive.
Mhm.
Like if you don't live like them, you don't
You're
matter, kind
beneath
of.
me. I'm better than you.
That's Candace Owens, not necessarily Shapiro. That's Candace Owens.
Right, right.
Um, yeah, she was on the Tim Dillon show, and I listened to it, and I don't agree with Candace Owens, but I listened to it anyways. I mean, like, what happened to not listening to people you disagree with?
You're a sane person. I mean,
I
you can
mean,
listen to something
and not
and
be outraged by it
not be outraged, and you can disagree
and
with it
cancel.
and be okay with it.
And yeah, and it's got to be canceled.
Wouldn't you want to have a perspective, somebody's perspective?
Teddy, yeah. What are more productive conversations? Or not productive? What are more engaging conversations? One you have with somebody you agree with or disagree with?
Disagree.
Of course.
You get both sides of their thing, and then you're like,
Yes.
oh, let me think about it. Wait, I
You
agree
might
with
not
that. I agree with
change
that.
you might not change your opinion, but
Or you
you'll
might.
find you could,
Yeah.
or you'll change your perspective. You'll keep the same opinion, but keep in mind what they also think.
Yeah.
If you listen to somebody you agree with, you're gonna probably double down. You're not gonna really change any perspective. Like what? It's a more engaging conversation to have.
Right, right.
So it's like that's why I like these podcasts and shows. They get people from different. That's one problem I have with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Um, Me and my older brother were talking. He's like, "Man, Joe Rogan doesn't take a stance on anything. There's only one thing he takes a stance on, and that's
Weed.
marijuana." Remember
Weed.
him and Steven Crowder? Remember
Yeah.
him and Steven Crowder got in an argument over marijuana?
Yes.
Right. Joe Rogan has a guest on. He agrees with everything they say.
Yeah. But when it comes to weed and they disagree with it, he'll bring out his
He
catalog of
literally gets hateful.
facts. He does. He does.
Okay.
That's another
Joe
topic I was
Rogan.
talking about is weed, but we'll get to that.
Okay. Well, Joe Rogan takes a stance on hardly anything.
Yeah.
But you kind of got to ignore that and be like, well, he's a good interviewer, kind of like a
Right.
moderator.
Right.
He takes a stand on nothing, which I disagree with. Like if someone on this show came on and you disagree with them, you would tell them about it.
Yeah.
He does not do that, and that's one problem I have with him.
But I wouldn't think he would be the type of person where he doesn't want to take a stand on it so he could have more guests on. I don't think he's that type of person though.
No, I don't think he's like fake. Like
No.
I don't think he's like trying to appease
Everybody.
yeah. I think he's just trying to have a constructive conversation, maybe. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets passionate about the weed.
Yeah. He must be happy about this House of Representatives.
Oh, the decriminalization bill.
Yeah. But it has to go to the Senate, right?
Yeah,
And
which is currently the majority is Republicans.
right.
So we'll see how that goes. 5 Republicans actually voted for voted to make the bill pass.
Right.
Only 5.
How many are there? Do you know?
There's like 170 something, 180 something. 5 Republicans voted for it.
Right.
Why?
I don't know.
Why would you not vote for it?
Right.
I need to hear that argument. You sent a tweet in the chat the other day. You were like, it was Schiff from California. He's a Republican,
Yeah.
and he voted for it. His mentions were atrocious.
Oh, really? I didn't look at the mentions.
It was like you're putting more danger on our roads by legalizing marijuana.
Right.
And I'm just like, people fucking do it already.
Yeah.
There's enough drunk driving. You should not legalize like alcohol should be illegal.
Yeah, it's the worser out of the two for sure.
I just don't understand why Republicans can't wrap their arms around marijuana.
Yeah. I'm trying to look for the thing I sent so I can look at the mentions. Oh, here it is.
It's just it's Congressman Schiff, Adam Schiff.
Yeah.
Yeah, very popular
Oh God, now
House member.
they're getting personal now. You still have to answer for your sexual harassment of a 19-year-old boy, to which you used the congressional slush fund, our taxpayer dollars, to pay. I'm
All right,
pretty
now
sure
keep
that
in
was
mind.
criminal.
Now keep in mind these are Republicans,
Mhm.
conservatives in his mentions trying to cancel him because they didn't agree with a bill he passed.
Mm.
The the left and the right are the same fucking people.
They are.
They're the same. The extremes. Let's just get that out there. The
Yeah.
extremes.
Yeah.
They're the same people. Cancel culture.
Mhm.
Oh, they hate cancel culture. But the NFL, they take a knee before the games. Guess
You
what?
kind of cancel culture.
Guess what? Guess what? I'm not watching NFL no more. They take knees. What are you doing? You canceling. What do you hate?
Cancel.
What do you hate? Cancel culture. Oh, you're a part of it.
Yeah.
You're the same people. You're the same person.
Reading this one.
You're the
You
same complaining, screaming libtard.
libtard.
You're just a repubtard.
Repubtard.
Okay?
Hashtag that. This one says you just voted to legalize a dangerous substance, thereby making it more available to children and putting more impaired drivers on the roads.
Yeah,
Shame on
yeah,
you.
that's what I saw.
If the criminal justice system is broken, then fix it. Don't imperil public health and safety. You lost my support. Canceled.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Have you seen what Donald Trump's doing?
What's he doing?
He's fucking wild. He's holding rallies. He held one in Georgia. He's holding rallies in Georgia because he's really harping on the the voter fraud in Georgia.
Yeah.
Because there's a special runoff Senate election in January. So next month.
January 20th, is that the conceding date?
Well, that's the inauguration day.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he doesn't have to concede by then, but Joe Biden's going to get inaugurated. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just what's going to happen. And last night, the New York Times put out 25 Republicans in Congress that have conceded and congratulated Joe Biden on winning.
Mm-hmm.
And Donald Trump tweeted, "Give me a list of those 25 rhinos. I'm coming after them."
God.
So the 25, he's fucking wild. And so he wants to go after the people who are disputing his election fraud claims and that it's not rigged.
Right.
And there was a Republican congressman from Virginia that tweeted last night because he tweeted, "I want to find out who they are." And the congressman, his name is Denver Riggleman. He said, I'm Denver Riggleman, and I'm one of them." I was like, God damn. I was like, damn. So yeah, they're wilding right now.
Well,
and that's my real I got a cup. Teddy, you've known me forever.
Yeah.
You know I lean conservative.
Yeah.
I'm having issues right now with, little small issues with the party not adapting to marijuana legalization,
Mm-hmm.
not or going with this rigged election claim,
Mm-hmm.
like Dublin. I don't like what I'm seeing.
Here's the thing. I said a while back, there's Republicans or Trump supporters that just like Trump in general. They're just fascinated with him in general.
And they may not have even been informed voters before this.
But then there's people like you, me, the left, we can't stand, and now the right we can't stand. So now I'm like, okay, now I'm just hoping for somebody in particular, Andrew Yang.
Yeah.
That
kind of in no man's land.
Yeah.
Like we don't have anybody that represents us.
Right. That's what I'm looking for, I guess.
I mean, it's just what we've let happen over the years. The extremities, the media.
Well, the last thing I guess we can talk about just has to do with quarantine. all these vaccines are coming out. Did the UK, is it the UK that approved one and now it's available?
I'm not sure.
Well, I have this thing where
I saw something like that, but I didn't read it.
yeah. Well, this tweet I just screenshotted. 3 former U.S. presidents, Barack Obama, George W. Bush, and Bill Clinton, are volunteering to get their COVID vaccines on camera in order to promote public confidence in the vaccine safety.
Okay, good. I'm glad you brought this up. I've been seeing on Facebook from a couple different places, people hesitant to take the vaccine.
Yeah.
Why?
I guess they think that, some people are anti-vaccine because of the side effects, seizures, or I don't know, mental problems. I don't know.
Okay. Who do we associate anti-vaxxers with?
I guess
you know what I'm talking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I guess the stereotypical be like, oh, I don't shave my armpits, I'm a female.
Those kind of people.
Yeah. I'm
Maybe
not
not really
saying
hippie,
that, but
yeah,
I'm saying
yeah,
like stereotypical.
Okay.
Organic.
When did everybody become anti-vax? Like,
that's a good question.
all right. Donald Trump has been pushing for the vaccine for a while.
Yeah.
Why are his supporters on Facebook saying they won't take it? It makes no sense.
No.
All right.
It's just because of him? Is he the blame for it?
Is he the blame for what?
People not wanting to take the vaccine because he keeps pushing it. Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
No, Trump wants the vaccine.
That's what I'm saying.
Trump is pushing for the vaccine, but his supporters are not willing to take it.
So there's something wrong.
They're anti-vax all of a sudden.
Yeah.
What? When did that happen? Did I take a nap and miss something? What happened?
Maybe it's not ready. I don't know.
Okay.
But isn't there different vaccines?
That is a perspective you can have. It's not ready.
Yeah.
And you do have those people promoting the vaccine, like the president, the vice president said she would. All right, this is weird. Kamala Harris at the debate said she wouldn't take it if Donald Trump was in charge when the vaccine came out, but she would take it later.
That doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any
Trump's not making the vaccine.
Yeah, like Trump's an evil warlock making his own little stew. Making his own little stew back. Yeah. Like sprinkling shit in it.
It's gonna be great.
That's that's happening, and that's why Kamala Harris won't take the vaccine. It makes no sense.
Oh God. Right.
I was talking to somebody about the vaccine. I was like, do we want to wear masks longer?
Right.
Do we want more COVID?
I read something else. Biden said that there will be 100 days of mask wearing, I guess, whenever he becomes president. Didn't Alex Jones say something like that?
Does he not know that we already wear masks?
Exactly. Isn't there more? Dang. There must be more to it then.
He's like, 100 more days of mask wearing.
Why
would he say that? Why would he say that?
Did Alex Jones say something about there'd be 100 days of dark reckoning?
No, Teddy, you got that confused. You got what Alex Jones is talking about is right now.
Yeah.
The first 100 days is when he gets inaugurated.
Right.
So no, Alex Jones said that because he thought Trump was going to win and it was going to be hell during that period if Trump won. Gotcha. So that was wrong.
Gotcha.
No, but why would he say Americans are going to wear masks for 100 days when they've already wore the mask
all year
for 9 months? And what happens after the 100 days? People are like, oh, well, Joe said we only had to wear it for 100 days. and people are gonna reject that. I think we're gonna. This is my personal. This just because I'm saying this doesn't mean I want it to happen. I
Yeah,
think we're gonna be in masks for like 2 more years,
maybe.
or close to it.
Yeah. I think it's
I
gonna get to a point where they're like, okay, you don't really have to wear masks anymore, but you're gonna see people still wearing masks every now and then. I think it's just gonna start fading out. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but I think that's
I
how it's
don't think
gonna
it's
be.
gonna happen soon. I don't think the vaccine. I don't think the vaccine will be available to people like me and you
Yeah,
until like next fall, which is in 10 months.
that's insane.
So we've already been in masks for 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
We would be in masks. This is just a rough prediction. 10 months. That's 19 months. That's a year and a half. We'd be
Yeah,
in masks. I think we're gonna be in masks for 2 years. That would only require 6 more months.
right.
So I think this is like a 2 year thing. And he's saying we have to wear masks for 100 days. Motherfucker, we've been wearing masks for 9 months. Why would we? Why would he say that? I guess he's gonna
I
make it a
also
man.
read
I
that.
think he's gonna make it. I think he's gonna make a mandate or something where it's
Yeah,
absolutely required.
that's what I think it's what's gonna be.
But it's kind of like, you say what you want about the anti-maskers. Most Americans are doing their part with the
Mm-hmm.
masks. So
Yeah.
I don't think he should have said that. But that's just me.
Uh, I did read where Christmas will be the worst time people will get COVID.
Because it's colder.
Well, it's colder. People are going
The
to be
immune system's
celebrating.
weaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanksgiving was obviously a super spreader event.
Yeah.
It was obviously a super spreader event.
And yeah, I
Fauci
mean,
got
I'm one of them,
Fauci.
but I was one of them, but it was
Yeah,
under 10 people. So I was kind of following the rules, but then again,
Teddy,
it
it's
happens.
gonna happen. It's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
it's going to
It's
happen.
gonna happen. It's gonna happen Christmas. We actually just passed our highest case total the other day. We broke our record so many times.
Really update on unhelpful advice.
And everybody talks shit about Fauci, and he called it.
Oh, Biden is keeping Fauci.
I mean, good for Fauci, I guess.
Yeah.
Should have made Fauci vice president. Could you imagine a COVID doctor being the vice president?
Oh. Well,
Yeah, but what were we talking about? Vaccines?
are you going to get the vaccine whenever it's
Teddy, I'm
available?
gonna take Teddy when that vaccine's available to me. I'm gonna take that damn needle and stick it in my eyeball
Yourself.
myself and just walk up to a wall and just jam it in my eye. That's how bad I want this vaccine. I don't want COVID ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking the vaccine to the eyeball.
Yep.
I'll
I'll take it in the butthole.
I do not care if a penis grows out of my fucking forehead. Like, I'm taking the vaccine. I don't care if I look like the guy from Wrong Turn afterwards.
God.
Like, I'm taking the vaccine. Well, it would be trial run by the time we got it,
Yeah.
because they're going to give it to frontline medical workers first.
Yeah.
So if you'll know what happens before it even gets to you.
Right.
Apparently, but Obama and Bush are going to be the first ones to get it. So we'll just have a seat and watch.
Yeah.
Watch what it does to them.
Bodies just start dropping. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Well,
I was talking to Cole yesterday. I was like, do you want the side effects of the vaccine or do you want the fucking COVID itself? Like, it's just,
yeah.
what's more contagious?
Yeah.
The COVID itself,
Yeah. A
What's the
virus
side
or like medicine.
or like one day of side effects.
Yeah.
Because I've never got a flu shot, and it's not because I'm anti-flu shot. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I'm at risk of dying from the flu, even though I might be.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of wrecks me every year.
Mm-hmm.
But
You get it every year.
I get it every year, and I don't take a flu shot. I mean, the math.
Uh,
That's like some Virginia Tech football decision making.
Full circle.
Yeah, but
Unhelpful
taking
advice. Don't be like Virginia Tech.
oh, come on, Daddy. That's very generic ass advice.
Uh,
So I'm taking the vaccine to the eyeball,
I'm taking an
and
asshole.
that's just me.
I'm taking an asshole.
You're taking okay. Well, we're taking the vaccine,
All right.
so we're not spreading this COVID anymore, and we can have Thanksgiving next year and not worry about being at a super spreader event.
Well, I think we had 50 minutes worth of content.
Yeah, very different things too.
Hopefully, I'll be back.
Be
at the
back in
desk.
studio.
The desk.
Studio. Our man's still here.
Yeah.
This cardboard cutout gets a little more tore up every time I find it. I don't know if that's the cats or
Cole.
might have to put it up on
Right.
the wall. Frame it.
All right. Well, that was the episode
It was a fun episode.
via Zoom.
Yeah.
But thanks for listening. Thanks for watching on this webcam shit.
Yes. And we're out of this hoe.
So, yeah. All right.
Ugh.
Let me stop the recording.
Yeah, we're done, swole. Oh, sir.